Jess.
I'm Stephen, and we're Flying the Nest. And for the last 3 years, we've been traveling and filming our adventures around the world. So if you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe. So Israel is one of the most unique and fascinating countries we have ever been to, because before we left to go on our trip to Israel, all our friends, family members, dentists, doctors said, "What are you doing? Why are you going to that country? It is so unbelievably unsafe." And looking online, we actually couldn't find much content on Israel. Everyone was saying you just should not visit this country. So we've decided to put together this video showcasing our top 10 favorite places and experiences to do in Israel. So if someone tells you you shouldn't visit this country, shoot them off this video because it is unbelievably incredible and one of our favorite places to visit.
So starting off with number 10 is West Bank. Now for this one we recommend using a guided tour, and that way you can understand the conflict better.
Now if you're interested in art, Banksy came down in 2005 and put some absolutely incredible and eye-opening artwork in the area. He also decided to put a hotel up there and you can go stay a night there. It has the best view in the world of the separation wall. There's just so much meaning behind everything.
So we did the tour with Abraham Tours, and on the same tour you also get to go to the banks of the Jordan River where Jesus was baptized.
Mom and Dad probably want to come here. So interesting as well, you get to go to Jericho, which is the oldest city in the world. It's about 10,000 years old, and also it's the lowest city in the world, about 1,300 feet below sea level. Because we're so low, they were saying if you come here in summer, they say don't come here in summer because it can get between 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. So coming up at number 9 is try all the food in Israel. This country is pretty much a melting pot of all different cultures. There's so much incredible stuff that they've taken from different places and merged it into their own cuisine. It is so delicious.
We recommend trying hummus, falafels, tashuka. That was amazing for breakfast. Try fried halloumi and the Israeli salads. And the nafit, I think it's called. It's this really yummy pastry.
There's so much stuff to try, and if you've been to Israel or you're from Israel, let us know your favorites below because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other stuff there.
Yes, they have salad for breakfast. This is called Baba Ganoush.
Number 8, hiking Masada at sunrise. We totally recommend the early wake up call, get there at 4 a.m. and hike to the top.
Morning guys, it is currently 5 a.m. We just spent a couple of hours driving out to an area called Masada, and it is known for its amazing sunrises.
Overlooking the Dead Sea, and this ancient fortress was built in 30 BC, so it's pretty historical as well.
That was a hard hike.
Why are we not fit yet, Jess? But the sun is just starting to peek over and it's a very beautiful sunrise. So number 7 is, if you are staying in Tel Aviv, head down to Old Jaffa City. That's actually where Tel Aviv grew out of. If you know the biblical stories of Jonah and the whale, this is a very significant place. So the old city of Jaffa is made up of a lot of windy alleyways where you can find a lot of arts and craft stores, antiques. If you're looking for some unique gifts to take home for your family, definitely go check this place out.
And we recommend heading down there at sunset because that's when the city turns orange and it's such a beautiful time of day.
Hi, my name is Guy. I'm from Israel and I'm a photographer. I just moved back from California back to my home.
Oh, welcome back.
Number 6, dive in the Red Sea. Eilat is the perfect place if you love diving just like us. It is full of coral, beautiful fish and crystal clear waters.
So it's quite unique. When you're in the south of Israel, in Eilat, you can see 4 countries just from the one spot. So this is Israel, Jordan, that is Saudi Arabia. Just behind it is Egypt. So number 5, when you're done in Eilat, head 1.5 hours north to Sakim. There you can stay in mud huts which were made by hand. We actually got the opportunity to volunteer there for a week and we helped construct the buildings. But if you don't have enough time, of course, you can just go down there and stay in the accommodation.
And I recommend also going for hikes around the area. There's some beautiful mountains. It's a perfect place to see the sunset. And it's just a really beautiful area in Israel.
Also, while you're on your hike, you can try find some shark bones because it used to be underwater, the area. Appreciate so much that we're here. We're walking in the Middle East, in the middle of the Israeli desert. What are we doing here, Jess? So number 4, and hear me out with this one. You can use Israel as a base to explore other Middle Eastern countries, which we personally did not know till we got there. You can spend about 10 days in Israel, but if you want to extend your time, you can do 2 or 3 day trips to Jordan to go see the lost city of Petra, or go and see the pyramids of Egypt in the west. So it's a really good base to have if you want to be in a safe country to use as a spot to then go and explore other countries. This is where they filmed Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and they blew it up. It was really cool. Really incredible being here.
3, visit the birthplace of Jesus. Now, the Nativity Church is quite a popular spot for Christians, as it is believed that this is where Jesus was born. Now, when we visited, We're quite the story. So what happened was, I recommend when you go, make sure you cover your legs, because I didn't expect that. I've never been to a Christian church where you can't wear shorts. So I was in shorts and someone told me I needed to cover my legs and I had nothing. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to enter.
But because Jess decided to not wear appropriate gear,
She lent me this to wear.
And this old man came up to me and he had this old Baptist top. That's this really long t-shirt that you wear when you're becoming baptized. So he was like, borrow this, it'll cover your legs and you can enjoy the church. So I was like, thank you so much. Popped it on, went in the church. Now we were with a tour group and I got separated. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, I was being taken by a priest or a rabbi, taken because he thought that I'd entered to get baptized because I was in the full-on baptism outfit.
and he was speaking Hebrew. He couldn't understand Jess and Jess couldn't understand him.
It ended up me almost getting baptized, but then anyway, that didn't happen, but I got back with my tour group. But yeah, it was quite an interesting visit.
Even if you have no interest in the biblical stories, this is such a historic place in history. It is well worth visiting the Nativity Church in Bethlehem.
No, you have to go in. Here, borrow this. And I'm like, thank you.
So number 2 is an experience where I'm pretty sure we broke out in giggles. You can't even explain the feeling. So number 2 is floating in the Dead Sea, and honestly, you have to experience it. I don't think anyone can put into words
What
the
it feels
feeling.
like.
Yeah, you
Like not being able to swim or like sink. It's so weird.
It has to be experienced in person. Also, the Dead Sea, which is the lowest point in Earth, is rich with minerals, so make sure you take mud and lather it all over your body because it's going to be such a good day spa care for you while you're
And
down
it's
there.
free.
And it's free, yeah.
Dead Sea mud is really expensive, so while you're there, make sure you take full advantage.
I can literally like just.
And number 1, you have to go and explore the old city of Jerusalem. It is one of the most unique places we have ever been to.
So there are multiple religions taking up different quarters in the old city. You can walk in through one entrance and be in the Muslim quarter, take a left and you're in the Jewish, take a right, you're in the Christian quarter. So it's so interesting just to walk around as a cultural perspective. So there are so many interesting places to visit in the old city of Jerusalem. Of course, the Dome of the Rock is there, including the Wailing Wall, which we went to during Valentine's Day. So that was so interesting to see because there were hundreds of Jewish people coming down to the wall. Another major one is the Holy Sepulchre Church. Now this is believed by Christians where Jesus was actually crucified. This is where the cross was placed, where Jesus was crucified. So you can see where the cross was placed, including Jesus' final resting place. It is so interesting to go in there, and the architecture itself is just fascinating. The sun is set, so all the marketplaces are shut up. It's actually quite a beautiful time to be walking around Jerusalem because all the tours have left, everyone's kind of closed up, and there's like a bit of quiet.
So I hope this video has convinced you that you need to go to Israel.
Now there are so many other exciting things to do there. If you've been and we didn't mention anything, make sure you tell us below, and we'd love this video to become a little community hub where everyone's recommending different places to go, like where the best hummus shop is. Now if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you're new around here.
See you guys.
See ya.
A little boxes on the hillside. A little boxes made ticky tacky. Little boxes on the hillside. A little